this is probably one of the closest groups around the NBA. So you guys really enjoy filling all those things. How much fun is it playing with this kind of group?
When you can be in a professional atmosphere where everybody is genuinely happy for the person next to them, and it's a joy to show up to work every day, very rare. It's going into my ninth year. It's one of the very few times I can come in and know that you all actually have each other's back and genuinely care for the person next to you.
Did you have any doubts?
This one?
Did you have any doubts that Donovan would come back?
No. I mean, I was pretty sure he was coming back without speaking after. This guy is big on building community. If you see the way he's interacted with us, the people in the arena, and then just the overall community, I think he's looking to dig his roots in here for as long as you guys will let him. So I take that as a really good thing. He's a really good player and someone that can help build franchises. I wouldn't say from the bottom up because. Excuse me, what network do you work for?
Huh? What was the question?
No, yeah, but Donovan's a great player, and I did not see him leaving.
George, you look good, man.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate
Good
it.
and white.
Yeah,
Better than the.
George, what does it mean to have that kind of a commitment from, arguably your top player?
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think it shows that he's seen a lot of things in his career, and he's a believer in what we have here. And I think that's huge, especially when you're trying to continue to grow and build an organization like we are here. The young talent that we have, getting a commitment from him, I think, just as gets the ball rolling on. All right, now how can we continue to progress and be the best organization and team that we can be?
So you've been in the league for a minute now. You've had 6 champions in the last 6 years. It seems as wide open as ever. Does it feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think any given opportunity you need to take full advantage of, right? You never want to leave anything out to stray. Like you said, there's been 6 different teams, to win. And with that being said, you just want to get there and give yourself an opportunity because anything can happen, right? And I think, what I've learned here being in Cleveland is people are not satisfied unless you're in the finals and giving yourself a chance. So knowing that, my I wouldn't say my expectations, but how rolling into the season was a lot different than like what previous years.
He's been interacting success with Sketch. And what's your impression of it?
Oh, he's been great. I mean, I think when he first got the job, I know he reached out to me. I think he reached out to pretty much everybody, and just like wanted some open dialogue of what he thinks I can do to help the team and what the team needs and how we can continue to grow and really build this team. And I think we all see a future in Cleveland and a future of winning. So I think that's one thing that we can all come together and agree upon.
You mentioned the youth and the growth that this team can do. What do you think with Kenny Atkinson here, the development looks like this season for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding with him. I don't really have to speak much on what he's done. I mean, you look what he did with that Brooklyn Nets team a bunch of years ago. I think that's extremely impressive, to have a roster that he had, no disrespect to those guys, but to come out and be in the playoffs and win games just as a tribute to who he is and the worker that he is and how consistent he is in his day-to-day habits and bring that along to a team like this where, we've manufactured wins and found out how to win now. He's going to do a great job of figuring out ways to make us even better.
In a league that's always changing, you guys brought literally everyone back, pretty much. How does that it's different. It's different for a team to do that, especially after 1 year together.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were pretty successful last year. We had a lot of injuries. I guess my question to you is, why would you want to mix that up if
No, that's not. I'm saying it's different.
I mean, that's probably a question for Kobe Altman. I don't know when he's coming out here, but I'm confident in the group that we have. I thought we were pretty successful. We lost to Boston and had 4 guys injured. So, I mean, why not give it another chance? I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be passive aggressive, but the question was just leading in a negative way.
You said earlier that one of your goals this offseason was to be in the best shape of your life.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you achieved that goal?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, right? Yeah, no, I think so. It was really important to me. Obviously, I was disappointed with how the end of the season finished out last year. I think everybody was, and you don't want to leave anything up to chance. So that was definitely one of the things I wanted to come in and commit to.
Well, just a lot of people just ask him, talk about what Kenny can do to help you guys change things around, whatever adjustments he'll make.
Yep.
What can you guys do to help him be successful?
I think be sponges, constantly be open to coaching and new ideas and things that he can do because I think more or less Kenny is a problem solver, right? Not just, oh, well, someone else did this 5 years ago, let's do this. He's more of a, all right, there's a problem. How can we solve it all together with the pieces that we have? And that's a unique coach to have. And I think us just adapting to that and being open and ready to learn and move full tilt. I don't think we really need to reinvent the wheel here. But I also think that, Kenny has had some ideas and things that could really help push us over the top.
Let's reframe this the right way. So I meant that more in it's unique because a lot of teams around the league, they always change. You just saw what happened in New York. So like you guys have to be eager to prove that running it back is the right decision.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you have to justify the question. I was probably being a little too emotional with that.
It's me.
But yeah, no way. Yeah, I think sometimes you have a good thing going, right? Someone asked the question of having a team that really gels with each other, and that's unique, right? And do you want to ruffle those feathers to try and get someone that can average 4 more points or block one more shot, but is a pain in the ass in the locker room? I don't know. That's something that cost analysis, beneficial. How you determine that, I don't know. But I think with this group, the camaraderie, how we come together as a team, how we come together when there's injuries and when there's not. And, you look at Game 7, we were down 20 and battled back to come together and win. So I think obviously I'm going to be biased because I'm here, but I think bringing back the team was the right question, or the right answer. Sorry.
You have a quick season with Evan. What did you learn about him?
Yeah, I think the continuous thing for Evan is just continue to grow and continue to become the player that all of us know he can be. I mean, I think every day he gets a little bit better, and that's all you can ask out of a young superstar. He's done a tremendous job over the summer of continuing to work and grow and better his game, and I think that's all you can ask for someone of his caliber coming into the situation that he's coming into.
His patience with a guy like that. Because everyone wants him to be everything that he can be all at once. How important is it for you guys and fans, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people realize that, like, you have Evan, right? I mean, he's averaged 16 and 10. Like, those aren't easy stats. And, like, it's not like we have Donovan, we have Darius. Like, he's a smart basketball player. If he wanted to, he could go out there and just shoot every shot that he wants and get 24 points tonight. But the guy is actually, like, no disrespect to big man, but he's a really smart big man. Those are very hard to come by. He's smart offensively and smart defensively. So when you have someone that is, that basketball savvy and knows his role, but can also implement the game or impact the game in so many different ways, it's like, I get the patience part. Like, hey, we want the 30 and 15, but it's like, this guy has been helping this organization win games since he put the uniform on. So I get the patience thing, but I mean, he's a high caliber player. He's really freaking good.
In your experience, how rare is it to see all those attributes in players young as that is?
Very rare. I mean, I'm not sure, obviously I got to see Donovan his rookie year, Tyrese Maxey, but, for someone with, that height, length, to be able to be that coordinated, was very unique. And we're lucky to have that.
We talked to Kenny and Kobe the other day, and they both mentioned the next steps. How do you characterize the next step for this group?
I think the next step is, like I talked about earlier, is getting there and then giving ourselves a chance. When we get there, whether that's getting there and being healthy, or getting there and having experiences in the first round of the playoffs that we take into the second round and then into the Eastern Conference Finals. So obviously, I think all of us have championship aspirations. Now it's getting there, and what are we going to continue to do and grow to get to that point.
Since all the things that you were missing last year against Boston in that series, do you still have thoughts about what could have been?
The past is the past. I'm not gonna sit here and dwell on it because it really does none of us any good.
Two-parter here. Who has the best fashion sense on the team, and who needs some help?
I would say Karis, and then I would say I need a lot of help in my fashion sense.
Where do you need help?
Just any type of drip or swag that you got advice, I definitely need it.
We got Donovan as a rookie.
Yeah.
I've just seen him grow and mature. I think we're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's been phenomenal.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
I was just talking about you.
Yeah.
I hope you talking shit.
yeah, no, he sucks. Bag of peanuts. No, but he's been phenomenal. I think his growth as a leader is really something that sticks out. But then you talk about someone that, is known to score, but has been able to switch up and play the point guard position and facilitate. I think for those handful of games or 20 games that, we didn't have a point guard, he did a tremendous job of getting everybody involved. And I think the record kind of speaks for itself. He was tremendous for us down that stretch. And I think his growth, not only as a scorer, but as a point guard, has been huge for us.
Is this the most talented roster that you've ever been a part of?
Yes, I would from 1 to 15. I would definitely say there's a ton of talent. From 1 to 15, and I think this is probably the most talented team I've played on.
Going back to Kenny, which ways do you think that he'll complement what you bring to the table in your skill set?
Yeah, I think Kenny does a good job of thinking outside the box, and whether that's implementing new things, shooting a lot of threes, spacing on the offensive end. I think all those things, not only help me but help our team, and I think that's the biggest thing. I'm not going into this and how he can help me. I'm going into this as how can I help him and help the team.
Kenny's unique in his problem solving.
Yeah.
How is that unique? What's different about that as opposed to?
I think. Have you ever heard anybody use a phrase like it's a copycat league?
Yeah.
I think, from the point Kenny's standpoint, he's more or less looking at it like, okay, other people have done it this way, but here's a problem that we have with our team. Maybe I need to solve this as a different problem rather than like, oh, the 86 Cavaliers did it this way, so we're going to try and do it this way. It's finding a new solution rather than just looking at the past and saying, well, they did this, so let's try this.